Hello, everybody. It's us here at Retro Ninja Duo with another episode of Red Talks.
Red Talks.
That man says Red Talks after I say Red Talks.
Every time.
Every time. But yeah, it's been a little while. You know, I hope you guys had a great Halloween as far as that. I know I did. We had some fun. You went to Germany.
I did go to Germany. I went to Germany and the Czech Republic.
And did you find video games?
No.
Damn it.
So Germany, I learned a lot. So without going into too much history, we went to Berlin, and then we worked our way down to Prague in the Czech Republic.
Which I've heard is beautiful.
Oh, it's really pretty. Really pretty. But one of the things I absolutely wanted to do was to find a Mega Drive game for you commoners, you peasants that live here in the States like me. That is the Sega Genesis. So I wanted to find a European Genesis game. And I wanted something common. I was probably going to go and get like Sonic 2, Sonic 3, just something common that I say, hey, I bought this in Germany. So time kind of got away from me while I was in Germany.
Yeah, you were trying to enjoy the vacation.
Yeah, I only had 2 days in Berlin. So after that, I mean, we were there for almost 2 weeks, the whole trip. And every day was a different city. And so Berlin was 2 days. And there were a few retro game stores there. But the problem was they were in a different part of town than I was in. I was in what is the old Soviet Eastern Germany town. And while Berlin has still unified in terms of, since, you know, communism was gone and dropped the ending of the USSR in like 89 or 90, retro games are still hard to find. And so, better stop.
Sorry.
It was one of these type of things. This thing keeps moving. That gets on my nerves. But it was really hard to find a game store that was close to us.
Yeah, which...
Yeah.
You know, it's not as, I imagine it's not as like super plentiful as it is here in the States.
And so there were a few in Berlin that we were trying to go to, but time didn't allow. We pretty much made our way down, and every other town had nothing. And then we went to Prague, and there were a few game stores in Prague. But to people in the Czech Republic, retro game stores start at GameCube, Xbox, PlayStation 2.
They don't hold on to anything before that really as much.
They didn't have things before that.
I guess that makes sense. Like,
yeah, and so they didn't consider anything... God, I'm trying to figure out how to explain it, but they considered, you know, like GameCube, Xbox, PlayStation 2 stuff retro because they didn't have games until the early 90s.
Like third to fifth generation stuff is like no. Like
yeah.
1 to 5 is a no.
And that's because it's not because like they don't get it, but they didn't have it.
They didn't have it. Yeah,
it just keeps going further and further away. That is
because,
the most irritating thing in my life.
Because the USSR was in charge of that area, right? As far as for most of like up to like what, the late 90s?
No, 90.
90. Okay,
90.
so early, like right at 90.
And so people were able to get like the Genesis, the Super Nintendo, nothing before that. And the people that did get it were considered bougie.
Oh, so like you had to really pay a high premium to get it.
You had to have money.
Because it was imported, I'm sure, from like the UK and that kind of area.
And so my retro gaming trip came up with naught. And I was
not that you were going there for that reason.
No, I mean, I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to go game hunting.
I'm just sure there was that moment of like, kind of wondering, you know.
That was one of the things. I'm like, I'm going to go over there. I want to come back with a Mega Drive game. And, you know, I didn't care to come back with a with an Xbox or PlayStation 2 or
I mean,
GameCube game.
You get that enough around here already, you know, as far as...
You know, I really didn't care to have a PAL GameCube game.
Yeah.
I just didn't care.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I would feel. I mean, most of the time, if I get anything that's imported for the GameCube, it's Japanese, and it's always the Resident Evil series. Of course, it's known as Biohazard in other parts of the world. Whereas the US, we get Resident Evil. But it's still the same games. It's just...
And that's the thing. I mean, it'll be different if, let's say, one of the developers were from Germany.
Oh yeah,
Or like, oh, this is where this is where it came from. This is where it originated. The original language is in German or it's in Czech, but it's not. I mean, most of the stuff,
Is
99% of games come from
yeah, it's
Japan.
all imported.
So I mean, it means nothing. I would just come back with, like I said, a game with the refresh rate that didn't work on my TV that I wouldn't be
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
with.
What is the PAL refresh rate? What, like
50
50
hertz.
hertz? Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
So ours is 60.
Yeah,
Um,
so it looks weird when you try to play it on a NTSC. You know,
yes.
and for those that don't know, this is for our younger audiences who are like, if we have someone younger or people
All
watching,
four people.
or people who are unaware,
I'm aware.
as far as video formats
Somewhat.
around the world, as far as in Canada, like basically North America, we're in what's called NTSC. That's usually about 60 hertz as far as at least starting refresh rate.
And what that means is basically your screen on your TV, your devices, flickers. I don't. It's just the way electricity works, but it flickers at 60 hertz, which means 60 times per second. It
Yeah.
flickers. Going from there, so I mean, if you were to use a camera and actually line it up with an LED or a screen, you may see like a wave going through it, and that's what that is. That is the refresh rate.
Yep. And otherwise, in other parts of the world, the UK, Africa, like Russia, anywhere else other than North America, they use what's called PAL.
Not Japan.
PAL. Japan doesn't use it?
They use NTSCJ.
Oh, shit.
Yep, NTSCJ.
That's right. They have their own NTSC, which is why some of the Japanese stuff you still can play if you get the right system to play it.
Yeah. I mean, you can still play PAL stuff, but I mean,
It's just not as,
and all of this goes back into like whenever the PlayStation Classics came out.
Oh my God. I wanted to scream at Sony,
dude, those
when
things are
they
worth
put
some
that
money now.
out.
They're worth money.
Because it had a great lineup of games, but almost every single game that they applied, like as far as the ROMs, or what in this case it'd be the ISOs, to that system was all PAL. Like, you cannot play Tekken 3 with PAL on an NTSC screen.
It's just
slow and sluggish, and it fucks it up.
And it's one of these type of things like you play it and you're like, why is this weird? It's not like we're gonna hit you.
Yeah, it's not slow motion, but it's like,
but yeah, it's more
it
like
just feels so sluggish.
It feels off, and it's one of these type of things I didn't even really pay attention to the fact that it was NTSC games versus PAL games, but I'm looking at it and it says like Sonic Computer Entertainment
Europe,
and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's how your biggest clue of like that it's the PAL version. I think only one or two games on the PlayStation Classic is NTSC.
Yeah,
but the
right.
other games, like, and they did it with Parappa the Rapper, of a game that needs precise timing, like as far as for you to complete that game.
Rhythm games, man.
Rhythm games in general. Like, you cannot do PAL versions on NTSC with that.
So those of you that managed to miss out on the wonderful PlayStation Classic, they are worth money now.
Well, because people can mod them easily.
I saw one at our favorite local video game store day before yesterday, and just the unit by itself, no box, no manual controllers or anything, was $100.
I'm not surprised because
I am.
Well, given that what people are using them for, makes perfect sense. And otherwise, that was one of the biggest blunders that Sony really just didn't give a shit about.
Yeah, that was one of those things where like, hey, Nintendo's doing this, they're making money, let's do it. Just put it out, put it out, put it out. I mean, it looks great. It's a good-looking little console, but we are so far off topic.
Well, I mean, this is our little small talk,
Small talks.
Yeah, but otherwise, you got me back onto Grand Theft Auto 5. I've been freaking back onto playing that game.
I'm sorry.
As far as GTA Online. And
yeah, I think you've texted me 3 times in the past
I know
4 or 5 days. You want to play? You want to play? I'm like, I really want to, but I can't. But I mean, it's one of these games. It's been out for 10 years, but it's still fun.
Still find the time to play it, and still get invested in the whole thing. And speaking of Grand Theft Auto, we'll definitely get to that today as far as talking about the obvious things if you've been paying attention. So we'll get to that soon. But speaking of blunders in the world of gaming, well, this is actually kind of a nice little piece of justice that fixed itself. If you remember, we talked about Unity as far as with the issues with the new runtime policy fee that they were trying to do. And they did go back and fix things even after what I had redacted and what I had said on the episode. Like, they did even more revisions of it as far as the policy and made it much better than it ever was. To where even personal is completely free no matter what. Like, so you can use Unity personal and you'll never get charged for it. Ever. But ever since then, that episode, which was episode 11, I believe.
So about 2 months ago.
Yeah. John Riccatello, that asshole who started this whole thing, he has now resigned from
If you don't remember him,
Unity.
he was the one that was talking about charging per bullet on...
when he was the CEO of EA.
Yeah, for Battlefield.
For years ago. And we played the conference call. I think it was a conference call. It was just a conference where he was talking about that. Like, they put like the hilarious like Emperor music behind him and like. Ooh.
So if one of our loyal 5 people out there that listen to us, if you happen to see this guy on the street, give him a swift kick to the nuts.
Yeah, so
he deserves it.
Yep. He said he will. Mr. Riccatello will continue to advise Unity to ensure a smooth transition. It's like, no, just get out.
Just leave.
Just leave.
Dude, you fucked up life.
It said the board will initiate a comprehensive search process with the assistance of a leading executive search firm to identify a permanent CEO. And that was under the press release that Unity put out about the sudden shift in leadership.
Yep. And so basically they said he has will retire effective immediately.
Good. Get out.
In other words, he was voted out of the board.
Yeah, pretty much. That was a thing where he probably did not want to go. And they were like, get out. They're like, the pink slip came.
Get out.
Get out. Yeah, play that around here. Anyways, we just wanted to give you an update on that. I think that's a good step in the right direction because he really hurt reputation for Unity, like big time.
Yeah, and I think they realized that, and they basically pulled a Sega whenever they released the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. Like, fuck, we are sorry. Let's fix this.
They put the ace of spades in his lunch bag and said, "You're out."
Yeah, like he opened his lunchbox. Like, damn it.
They sent a pigeon, as far as to tell him, little birdie. They put a little message on the birdie.
That'd be a terrible way to get you're fired note, wouldn't it? You're like, look at this bird. Like, this little bird's coming up to me, and all of a sudden you open it up, you're fired.
Oh,
God damn it.
No, it's just like Back to the Future 2. All the fax machines pop out. You're fired.
McFly!
That's John Riccatello. He's McFly in that one.
I was monitoring your call. Yes.
No, I didn't. It was a sting operation. I was setting them up.
Read my
No,
facts.
please, no, I cannot be fired. I'm fired.
What was his? Oh God, I know Flea was the person.
He was Needles.
Needles, yes. Yeah. Is Needles John Riccatello?
No, he's McFly.
Oh my God! I guess Needles was the gaming community, like the developers, like throwing him under the bus.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. Anyway, this is a fucked up situation.
He's gone. That's it. He's out of there. I don't know what he's gonna advise except for like bad advice, but let's give credit where credit's due. He's probably got some ideas that probably worked and was fine. I don't want to be a total asshole to this guy.
I do.
But yeah. So yeah, that's it for Riccatello. He's out.
Hopefully we'll never have to mention his name again.
He's not gonna sweep the leg anymore. So I wanted to at least get that out there. Should we do your for audio people?
Fast forward.
Sorry.
Oh, you don't have to fast forward.
Well, you don't have
we'll
to fast
do it
forward.
for you.
Yeah, we'll do it for you. So make sure you come to the YouTube channel to watch the full segment as far as for Josh's Retro Game Treasures. Is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
Yep.
This is a segment I was like, should we really do this? And Julian was like, yes. And I'm like, okay. You've sold me on the idea.
So make sure audio people to come, like I said, come to the YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the bell,
notifications,
for
little
notifications,
bell.
because we do have a lot of new videos. And thank you guys who watched our first episode of Pixel Thrifts. You guys really made that video like just blow up.
That was funny.
Better than we've ever expected.
Yeah, well, keep watching it because we had a lot of fun doing that. And
Part
the
2's
more,
coming.
the more reactions we have, I mean, we filmed enough to do, I think, a 3-parter.
Yeah, maybe.
So,
I want to try to at least get all the rest of it into that so we can do another adventure.
So if you continue to like that, leave us some comments. Let us know.
Yeah, tell us
And,
what you like and what you don't like. That we love any kind of constructive criticism you guys
Constructive.
might have.
Don't be
Yes,
assholes.
I say constructive.
Please don't be mean. Our
Please don't
egos are very fragile.
cry.
But no, it was a lot of fun. It was one of these type of things that we kept under wraps for a good while.
And that Genesis was not fake. They were
No.
really trying to sell it for $200.
Yes.
And that fat model PS2 for $150.
Yes, it was. It was.
That
really,
was really on the table.
It was really.
And
there.
it was more beat up than what you saw.
Yes. Did you buy anything there?
I didn't buy anything there, but you will see in part 2 what I did end up buying.
Sorry. It didn't show it, but at the booth that we went to first in the video and all the stuff, they had good prices and they were very
Yeah,
polite.
they were the best table.
Yeah, I actually got the Sega Power Back, which is a battery pack for a Sega Game Gear. If you happen to be eagle-eyed, you can actually spot it whenever the camera pans over the table.
It's near the empty Game Gear box.
Yeah, it did not meet our Super 7 challenge.
You paid what, 10?
It was 10.
Yeah.
So, we've had people ask, why Super 7 challenge?
You want to explain it to them?
It's pretty simple. Why is it the Super 7 challenge?
I mean, it made sense
It's
to
a lot
have
of
it
sense.
anyways.
It's Super 7 challenge because that is how much money I had in my pocket.
Yeah, that was the only reason that we were like, okay, let's just call it Super
I
7.
had $7, and I actually had to use my credit card to buy that. But yeah, I had $7 on me, and that's why we had the Super 7 challenge. Because I'm like, this is my budget. This is what I can
this is
spend.
what you got.
So
Maybe the number will change every time we go out.
I
It's
don't know.
like,
I kind of like the 7.
the
It's
seven's, yeah,
funny.
7's pretty good. If you can manage to find something really good for $7, then that's a miracle in itself.
I really wish all that bubble gum was $7.
Oh my god, I'm surprised you didn't buy it.
Dude, I wanted to.
I was
tough.
sitting there thinking about it, like I was like, dude, this guy's really happy right now. Like,
Oh,
like as soon as you saw it, you lit up.
like,
that
"Look at
wasn't
this."
that wasn't fake,
No.
guys. Like that everything was real.
everything was real. From the I Heart penis hat,
Oh my god, we didn't see that originally, like when we were there,
we saw that in
and we
editing.
saw it in editing as far as in the footage, and we were like, we died laughing sitting here on this couch, like when we saw it. And
Yes.
everybody that has seen it has told me it's one of the funniest parts. Like, so
Well,
your idea to put it in there was
Well, I
great.
mean, it was one of these type of things. Like you pointed it out, and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "The Mario hat's funny," and then you paused it and pointed, and I saw that under it. I'm like, "Oh God!" Like we have to make that a showcase piece.
we need to go back to that booth. I feel like they're there every weekend.
Well, they're. I mean, the bad thing is it's starting to get cold.
That one was inside though, as far as that particular
Maybe
one.
we'll go back. Maybe we'll go back. We'll revisit.
Yeah, it'll be a revisit, sometime down the road. But we got more thrift stores, pawn shops, all that we have in mind to go visit.
A lot we've already done and filmed, and a lot that we want
just
to do.
wait till you see the next one that we end up at.
And we currently have 2 videos that are in our WTF is the series.
Hell yeah.
One of them is completely in post-production, filmed, ready to go, almost done being edited, and the other one is about 97%
filmed, yeah.
So that one is almost in post-production.
I'm
So
excited.
Both of these are complete screwball goofy.
It's like the way we like it around here.
Yeah. And so these are, for those of you who don't know, go check out our WTF is the hyperscan video, you will see exactly what we're talking about. But these are our big production, big editing, horror movie spoof game reviews.
Yep.
And so we do have a couple more that are coming up that are written. One of them does not spoof a horror movie, but it is completely worth it regardless.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess we're on to the rest. The retro game treasure box.
Yep. So I know I was like, and we went off on so many tangents there.
5 minutes ago we talked about doing this.
Yeah, I know. So again, audio people, come to the YouTube channel if you want to see this particular segment. It's exclusive just for the YouTube video, and otherwise, just hold up, and we'll be back in a second.
Okay, so
It is now time.
This box was actually waiting for me because you were house sitting for me whenever
Yes.
we were in Germany.
Yes.
So this box came when we were there. So it's been here about a week and a half now.
And I did not look in it.
no,
obviously.
no, it's still. If you did, I don't give a
It's
shit.
your mail. I consider that your mail.
Well, it is against the law, federal law, to open my mail. So if you want to pull up the,
I got the calculator.
that's the word I'm looking for. I will pull up.
Yeah,
price
because you have
charting.
the list
Yeah.
ready
So,
to go.
I'm trying to get a little ahead of this. That way we don't waste as much time.
Yeah.
Oh, looking it up. What is it? But we'll start with what we have.
All right. What is the first one that is in your list?
So, for those of you that don't know, that are just now tuning in, what Retro Game Treasures is, it is a subscription box that sends you a monthly box of retro games. They are yours to keep. There are different levels. The one that I have is around $40 a month, and we kind of take into account that shipping
Yep.
is part of this.
And the box and
Yeah,
and
it has
materials
some
that,
some manufacturing cost.
Yeah. So roughly around what, 30,
We
35?
aim for 30. $30 is kind of like our little golden number that we try to. We can't really try. We get what we get, but we hope that we get every time we get a box.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
so what we'll do, they will only send you games for the systems that you say that you collect for. Which for me, I don't think there's anything that we don't. So we get a full gamut of everything. So the first game that I have is going to be Indy 500 for Atari. And I'll let Julian put it up here so you can see it. But Indy 500 for Atari, that's a really nice looking label, actually.
Yeah.
Most
it looks
Atari
pretty
games
good.
don't look like that. But this one, no box, no
Completely
manual.
card only.
Yep.
Isn't it? Now, I know like some of these have like a couple of variants.
This
here
is
and
just
there.
a standard one.
Standard,
Yeah,
okay.
standard one. This one is $4.99.
Okay, so $4.99.
Yep. And then we're going to go from there. This one, you're going to have to excuse my bad pronunciation because this is a Famicom game called Musashi no Ken. Musashi? Yeah, Musashi no Ken. It's for Famicom.
Is it like a fighting game?
I
Because I
don't-
saw the versus thing.
It's a
on there.
Taito game.
Taito.
Yeah.
Taito.
I don't know. I have yet to play it. But it's a Taito game, Musashi no Ken, for the Famicom, which, for those of you that don't know, the Famicom is pretty much Japanese NES.
Yep.
Yep. They're pretty much what brought the NES over here. That game is $4.51.
$4.51. We are up to $9.50 so far.
Okay. So this one, it is a PlayStation 1 game. It does not have the original manual with it.
Okay,
It has,
so loose completely.
I considered it loose, even though it does have the original
Oh,
case.
wait, okay, so you just don't have the booklet, the
Yeah,
manual. Okay.
But in price charting, I just put game only. So
At least at this time,
yeah.
currently.
And so even though you can't see what it looks like here, I'll let Julian put it up here. This is Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune, which
for the PS1.
it sounds boring, but I'm not gonna lie. The Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune games on pretty much any system are fun, especially if you play with friends. I know.
You say Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune?
That's what I said. Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune.
Oh,
games.
okay. So you're saying the whole set?
Think
yeah,
like,
yeah. Those are usually pretty good
Quiz show.
because you could still play
game
that
show
with your
games.
friends. They're just a little
That's what I'm
outdated.
saying. Yeah.
You know.
Because I remember when we used to stream, we went and played. I think it was Wheel of Fortune.
I want to say it was the NES Wheel of Fortune.
and it was fun.
Yeah,
it-
even though
it's-
like,
we spent
stuff's
more
a little
time on that.
outdated, but it still was fun.
But that one, disc only, which I'm sure is worth a little more because it does have the original case, but is $5.57.
$5.57.
Okay.
We're up to $15.07.
Okay. So, going along the same thing I just talked
Say
about.
theme.
Yeah. This one is a Game Gear game. This is Jeopardy!
Just flat out Jeopardy for the Game Gear.
Game Gear. Yep. I get a lot of Game Gear games.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, I like Game Gear. Another one that looks really, really good, but Game Gear for Jeopardy is $6.25.
Wow, that's more than I thought.
Yeah, no, right.
We're up to $21.32.
Okay, and we have Uno Mas left. This one is a Super Nintendo game called Power Moves.
Power Moves.
Power Moves is $8.64.
Wow. Okay.
And honestly, I don't know what this is. It looks like an old rental, which I always find that's really cool because it has like the little label there that you just scan with a barcode scanner.
Oh yeah, it has like the old mom and pop rental like label. Ah, he's trying to kill me.
I don't know what is going on the picture, so maybe you can look at it.
I'll put some
show some
stuff up
gameplay
here.
or something.
Yeah,
I don't
some
care.
Gameplay.
But yeah, so that is everything that we have gotten for this month's Retro Game Treasure box. How are we looking, sir?
So the final total.
Yeah, the golden number is around 30.
So I think if you had the manual for Wheel of Fortune on PS1, you would definitely hit that.
Okay.
What is the
Let's see.
complete as far as, because that's the only thing missing. I'm curious.
Hold on. Wheel of Fortune, if it were to be complete. One of these days it'll let it refresh.
Refresh.
What is it before?
I believe it was 557.
It didn't change.
Oh, it didn't really change?
Nope.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah, let me do this.
I was going to say go into the game itself.
That's what I tried to do. I'm going blah, 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 blah.
Because I feel like it would be just slightly different.
Show historic prices. Yeah, I mean, it's like no joke. Loose versus complete is a 12-cent difference.
Okay.
So, yeah, it wouldn't have made much of a difference.
Okay. So, given that we put 557 for Wheel of Fortune, because it was loose, it's grand total for today of $29.96. We are right on the money.
Close. That's good enough.
That's good enough to
Good
me.
enough.
Like, because I know you had one that was not quite there.
And the thing is, like, in 2 weeks, the prices could have dropped a little bit. Because
Oh, yeah.
the retro market is cooling a little. Which,
oh, my God. Sorry. Good, continue.
Go ahead.
So, I don't know if you saw the original video for this guy, Carl Jokes, who did the basically calling out Wada for being scam artists.
Yes, I did see that video. Yep.
He did an update and showing that market just fucking plummeted.
Good.
Like, he was going through, like you know, that Mario 64 that went for like $1 million.
Yeah.
It's like 90% loss now. Like, it's like only like 200,000, I think, is what it was, or something like that. Like, you have to see it. It's on YouTube. Carl Jobst does a really great job in the investigative work when it comes to this whole deal with Wada Games and the sealed like grading market, where they were. I mean, it was pretty damn obvious what they were doing. They were manipulating the market.
This whole market manipulation thing. It happened in the 80s with collectible coins.
Wait, I thought that was like baseball cards.
No, it's coins. Like silver dollars and 50-cent pieces and things like that. And they basically played the market so hard that the bottom fell out and they were only worth...
Because then everybody was thinking that their piece was worth so much money, and they jumped in, you know, and it just oversaturated like everything.
Now, the thing is...
The same thing happened in games.
The interesting thing about that is, not only did the same thing happen in games, the same thing that happened was because of the same exact few people.
Yeah, because they were like taking it from their own collections and trying to resell them, and trying to gain some hype around them.
Yeah, they were pretty much trading from one friend to another, one business partner to another, trying to
which is like
control the market.
Completely against the law.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but it is.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, good job. The market is cooling, so if you're wanting to collect games, it's getting a little easier to get into it. If you're wanting to make money off of them, now's not the time for you.
No, I wouldn't do it. Don't go into it.
Yep. So
Like,
now
don't
is
grade your
not
games.
Now is not the time to open a video game store.
No.
So-
Everything went plummeting on that one. So,
Yep. So what do we have next?
okay. So, audio people, thank you for coming back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. Because and like I said, just as an advisement, go watch the YouTube video because it has that full segment where we did his retro game treasures box as far as to see if it had the right value.
Was it worth it?
Was it worth it?
That's up to you.
Okay.
Would I recommend it? Yes, because I enjoy it.
So,
It's like surprises.
obviously the first thing that we got to talk about, not really got to, but like kind of want to, because
We need to.
it's, I mean, is it really that prestigious of an award thing?
I mean, who gives a shit anyway?
I mean, exactly, but I do like looking forward to watching the video game awards. Even though I know it's probably a like popularity contest
The
more so.
VGAs.
Yeah. But we do have the nominations for Game of the Year and on all the actual nominations
For
all the
everything.
categories.
We're not going to go over everything. We'll
No,
pick
we're
a
just
few.
going to the important ones. The
So-
ones that everybody would like to know.
So, yeah, I'll let you take Game of the Year.
Yay! So, actually, just letting you know, it'll be on December 7th. It'll be streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and other platforms at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to watch it, could be fun. Because I do like the one year where Mick Gordon, who did all the music for like the new Doom and all that,
Oh, yeah.
did a full performance of that music. Like,
The
Like, did like a melody
The heavy
of-
gent stuff.
yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, everyone's
That
like,
was
what
cool.
is this?
No, everybody was into it.
Like, yeah, gent.
Because the freaking Doom music for 2016 and Doom Eternal was amazing.
It's like 8-string guitar stuff. It's crazy.
He did also the Killer Instinct reboot as far as for Xbox, which was great. Anyways, all right. So this year's Game of the Year nominees are as follows: Alan Wake 2. Not surprised. It's getting a lot of good reviews. Baldur's Gate 3. Again, not surprised. Marvel's Spider-Man 2. I haven't played it yet. I'm curious. Resident Evil 4 Remake, which I am
That's interesting.
good.
Have you played that yet?
Oh, God, yeah.
Have you beat it yet?
No.
Do you ever finish a game?
It's a long, long game. I'm working on
If
it.
they redo 5, let's do that.
Yeah, I want to play co-op on 5 or like a
that'd be
remake. That'd
great.
be great. They better bring co-op back to it.
Come on. Come on.
Shove off!
Come on.
All right. I'm surprised this one got in there, I guess, because it just came out. Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
It looks fun.
Yeah. And then, of course, I'm not surprised, Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
That's going to be the winner.
I'm almost certain that one's going to win.
Yep.
That's my pick. As far
So-
as what I would love, obviously, is Resident Evil 4, but that's not going to win. I'm sorry, but it's not.
And basically, for best game direction, take that list and remove Resident Evil 4, and it's the exact same list as Game of the Year.
It's Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
I do want to go over best adaptation because I think that's interesting. But best adaptation is basically taking a game and putting
yep.
it on movie or video.
I know which one's going to win.
And so they have Castlevania,
Nocturne, yeah.
Nocturne, yeah.
So the animated,
Yep, that's a Netflix one. Gran Turismo, which I heard it was good. Everyone that I said that saw it said it was great.
You think it's going to win that, though? With
No,
everything that's on the
absolutely
list?
not. I'm going to save the one I think is going to win last. The Super
right.
Mario Brothers movie, which
It very well could win.
it could. Now, that's not what I'm thinking is going to.
I know
but
what ain't going to win.
Twisted Metal.
Yeah, it's so bad.
It's not bad.
It's pretty bad
Like one of my buddies,
as compared to everything else on this list. It's
he was
very
like,
bad.
"Oh, it was so fun. We watched it all in one sitting." And I'm like, "Man, you're stupid." But the one that I think is going to win, probably the one you were pointing at as well, The Last of Us.
Absolutely. That show is so good. They've done such a great job. But it is very much going to be between The Last of Us and the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah. And either one of those, I would rather see The Last of Us because I want to see a fucking Red Dead 2 live adaptation like that.
They
I want
definitely at least
HBO
earned
to
the
do it.
nomination, though.
I want HBO to do a Last of Us style Red Dead Redemption 2
Oh, man, that would be good.
with Henry Cavill playing Arthur Morgan.
Hell yeah.
That would be,
He's already said he'd love to do it.
yes, that would be so good.
He's already working on the Highlander reboot.
Either that or Roger Clark. Roger Clark would be good. He's the voice of Arthur Morgan.
Well,
But,
I mean, they brought in a lot of the voice cast into the Last of Us show.
Yeah, they did.
From the games.
They did.
Like, even Ellie's mom is the original voice actress for Ellie.
Yeah.
As far as for the games and everything.
Let's scroll on down a little bit and see what else we have. I mean, best narrative, best art direction, blah, blah, blah.
I think narrative does play a big part into this. So I'll say it real quick. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty is what they're pointing at.
So it's the expansion.
The expansion, yes. Final Fantasy
16.
16, thank you. I had a moment like,
What does the XVI mean?
Yeah.
It's 16.
16, yeah. And Marvel Spider-Man 2. That makes sense. The stories in the Marvel Spider-Man games are good. So I'm not surprised that it ends up on here. Okay, let's see. What do we got? What we got? You tell me what I should stop.
Nope, don't care.
Innovation for accessibility.
Oh, go back a little bit. That's pretty interesting.
What?
Best performance.
Best performance, yeah.
So these are basically like voice acting or like motion capture performances.
Now I know the actor from God of War who plays Kratos won last year.
Okay. So I recognize one of these names, but this is a very interesting thing. Ben Starr for Final Fantasy 16. Cameron Monaghan.
Yeah, I think he's Cal Kestis, the main character.
Okay, for Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Idris Elba.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah, man, he's good no matter what he's in.
Yeah.
Melanie Libbard, Alan Wake 2, Neil Newbon, Baldur's Gate 3, and Yuri Lowenthal for Spider-Man 2.
I want to say Yuri Lowenthal is, I'm trying to think of her name. She's in the first game too, but she's the cop. I'll put it up here if I. Anyways, let's see. Best ongoing game.
Yeah, I mean, what does that mean?
The online services are still running, and
jeez, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
No one cares. Best community support. No.
Well, no
Best independent game. That could be a good one.
Yes. Okay. Because I do play some independent games. I don't know any of these though, but I have heard about them. So we have Cocoon. Is it old people?
Yeah,
like
you have to go and make sure the old people get on the spaceship.
I do like Batteries Not Included. That's a good one too.
Same old people. It's the exact same old people. I'm not even joking.
If you guys don't know, these are two movies from the late 80s. So late 80s, maybe.
Yeah.
Early 90s, somewhere in there.
Those are like pure mid 80s. Yeah, and like, if you say okay boomer in comments, I will delete you.
Dave the Diver. I've always heard that was pretty good.
Meant Rocket. Okay. Dredge. Oh, that's a cool name. I used to know of a band called Dredge.
Sea of Stars. Mm-hmm. And Viewfinder. And pretty much all these ended up on the best debut indie game as well.
Best VR AR game. That's kind of cool.
There we go. Now, I think this is one you'll appreciate, obviously.
Is that, how long's that game been out?
Gran Turismo 7?
Yeah.
I think the VR part didn't come out till a little bit later, so I guess this kind of falls right in line.
Is that the one I have?
I think so. I want to say that's the one you do have.
This is the red one right up there. Is that it? If that's the case, I've had that game for a couple of years.
No, that's Gran Turismo Sport.
Okay, so Gran Turismo 7 VR. Okay, that sounds cool.
I think that's the same. I think that's a different game.
But, okay, so Humanity.
Horizon
Call of the Mountain.
That's cool that they have a VR game for that.
Yeah, Resident Evil
Village
VR mode.
Mm-hmm.
And Synapses. So I'm sure that some of these are like Oculus. I have an Oculus, but I've never used it.
Let's see. What do we got here? Best action adventure game. Hell yeah. Resident Evil 4 is on that list. It's good. It is such a good action game. For it. I need to play Jedi Survivor. I really liked Jedi Outcast.
Best fighting game. The Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2 was nominated.
Street Fighter 6, of course. Mortal Kombat 1 is on this list. God of Rock, I've never heard of that. Or Pocket Bravery.
Best family
game.
Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, which
And
I've heard is good, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder.
The obvious game that's going to win.
But yeah.
Best, and so it's funny enough, Starfield did not end up on the best as far as the game of the year.
No.
But it's on the list here for best RPG.
Yeah, that's the only category it's nominated for.
But it has huge contenders because Baldur's Gate 3 is a freaking phenomenon in itself.
I think Baldur's Gate's going to sweep the awards, honestly.
It's probably going to sweep up some of the awards. So I don't think Starfield's winning anything this year.
Keep on going down.
Did I wait?
Right there. Right there.
Best sports and racing.
Yeah, the Crew.
Motorfest is on that list.
I don't like the Crew.
Forza Motorsport.
Forza Motorsport's fun.
Let's see. Best multiplayer: Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, Street Fighter 6, and Super Mario Brothers Wonder. There's multiplayer in this. I guess there is. Yeah,
absolutely.
That's true. I guess there is.
Most anticipated game: Final Fantasy.
Oh, the 7 Rebirth.
Hades 2.
Yeah, Hades 2.
Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. Star Wars.
Yeah,
Outlaws.
we watched that trailer, the gameplay trailer for that, the 10-minute trailer. So good.
I want to buy a PlayStation 5 just
yeah,
to
just to
game.
Play it. And Tekken 8. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
This is my fighting game.
Content creator of the year. I've never heard of any
of these people.
You guys haven't created anything. You suck.
Let's not even mention them.
Yeah.
Let's just leave them alone.
We are the best content
creators.
creators.
We are the content creators here. Damn it. I'm not even going to worry about esports because the rest of them are all esports stuff.
Don't care.
Yep. So, okay, that's it.
I'm not really big on sports ball or content creators.
So, December 7th, if you want to watch the full Game Awards, it'll be up live streaming as far as Twitch, YouTube. I think that's what it said. That's all that was on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twitch, YouTube, and other video hosting platforms.
Yes. Well, cool.
So probably Kick.
Moving on.
Anyways, let's talk about the one thing that got us a little excited.
Now, this got us excited. Then, of course, I start speculating, and then I made Julian sad.
So, apparently, Rockstar is releasing a new trailer in December, and it says that it's going to be the next Grand Theft Auto.
So, yeah, on Twitter, this was less than half a week ago. It's like, we're very excited to let you know that in early December, we will release the first trailer for the next Grand Theft Auto. We look forward to many more years of sharing these experiences with all of you. So, of course, every forum and Facebook group that I'm a part of for GTA 5 lit up like a Christmas tree. A lot of people were talking shit, as people tend to do. But,
of course.
But they do not say anything about this being GTA 6.
Yeah, they really don't. And you made me realize that whenever we read it, I was like, oh shit, they really don't say it's number 6.
Yeah, even the Kotaku article that we're reading this from right now, it says, oh, GTA 6. No, it does not say GTA 6. It says the next Grand Theft Auto, which we all hope it is GTA 6. But, I mean, it could be some big expansion, kind of like, the Liberty City stories and things like that, you know?
Yeah, so the thing is that it says here in the article that they confirmed it was 6. Like,
how do they confirm that?
I don't know. It says possibly the most anticipated video game reveal ever is just weeks away. Rockstar Games president Sam Houser confirmed Grand Theft Auto 6. They worded it as... Now, this is on the person that wrote this article. This could be backfiring on them. Let me see. It's Ethan Gotch.
Or gosh darn it, you may just be wrong.
Yeah, he says 6. We'll get its big trailer reveal in December, showcasing the next game in the hit open world series after massive hacks, insider reports, and years of rampant fan speculation.
Yes, and we have speculated for about 3 or 4 of those years. And the thing is, the tweet that I just read you is from Sam Houser. The guy that that he's saying confirmed GTA 6.
He just only says the next Grand Theft Auto. He does not say 6. He does not say the next numbered game. He doesn't say anything.
No, granted. Now, one thing I will say, like, if you play GTA 3, I don't know if you played that when it was new.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. The next one was on PS3, GTA 4. You remember that? But
Yeah.
we also had
Vice City
and San Andreas. And those were big differences. You know? I mean, they should have been numbered sequels, but they weren't.
And it says this is supposed to go back to Vice City. At least that's what people are speculating.
From the released... let me rephrase that. From the leaked footage. It looks like Vice City. Everyone is speculating that it will be like either a brother and a sister or a boyfriend and girlfriend, like Bonnie and Clyde style thing.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I just want to kind of see.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, is this going to be number 6 or is it going to be a spin-off game?
Does it matter?
I mean, it's exciting.
The only thing... Okay. I don't care what it is as long as we get a new city.
Yeah, it's something new to see.
I'm
sick of Los Santos
yes.
and Blaine County and all the areas.
I mean, the thing is, like, I know my way around that stupid city.
Yeah, I know it around, so...
Better... I know my way around there...
Than our own city?
Then I have to, like, pull up GPS to get to your house. And I can drive anywhere in Los Santos without having to pull up a GPS.
Yeah, this is true.
And it's...
Because if I tell you, all right, go to the military base, you know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
It's on the west side of the entire map. It's up in the desert.
In the center, yeah.
Yeah, in the center, past the river.
I know exactly where it is. But you say, hey, come to my house. We're going to play games. I'd be like, shit, what's your address? I need a GPS.
I'd be like, tell me where Sandy Shores Airfield is, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm on my way there right now. So, yeah, a lot of speculation. I'm assuming the next time we put out a podcast, we will be saying what was released.
Yeah, we'll definitely report back to you whatever that actually is. The reveal has happened.
One of the cool things is this is coinciding with Rockstar's 25th anniversary. So I think that's why they are waiting until then to do it. Is their 25th anniversary of Rockstar?
It makes me wonder, like, if they really wanted to piss people off, like with all this speculation about this trailer. You know, they released something similar to the definitive edition again, as far as with other games.
That'd be so good.
Like, you'd be like, we got more definitive edition games for you.
What'll be so funny is
if it was all the
it's like we have remastered
stories and
now, like, we remastered GTA 4.
Oh my god! If we have to hear Roman calling you up, you want to go bowling?
Cousin, it is the moment for us to spend some quality time together. How about that old American pastime, bowling?
Hello, cousin.
Hello, cousin. You want to go bowling?
I can't do the accent.
I can't do the accent. I'm gonna lose my mind if that happens. You want to go bowling? I'm like, shut up! Stop calling me.
No, I'm not gonna lie. There are things about GTA 4 I like more about than GTA 5.
That's
like
surprising.
The car damage is way better.
Yeah, that's true.
Like the ragdoll effects of when somebody falls.
The ragdoll effects are actually
so much
pretty funny. But yeah, anyways, we wanted to talk about it because it was out there, and of course we care about the Grand Theft Auto franchise because we've been playing it like crazy.
Yeah, for 10 years
in general. So yeah, so Grand Theft Auto 6. 6. Speculation, maybe 6.
The next Grand Theft Auto.
The next Grand Theft Auto game will be revealed
early next month.
Yep.
In December 2023.
I think. I'm just wondering if they had a date.
No.
Okay, that's fine. Just was wondering. Oh, okay. So let's.
I think it's gonna be our little last thing we talk about.
Before
no, we got the little special segment that you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to get going. This is already running kind of long.
Ahead.
Why do I have to talk about this?
I can talk about it if you want, because this is more stuff
This is up your alley.
This is where I'm not doing these games.
No, so you say.
Even though I wanted to do them for a special idea, for Retro Engine Duo.
Yes, you did.
Okay, so apparently Steam will soon let you hide the porn games that you play. So if you don't want your friends finding out that you were playing that little adult mature game over there, that has all the anime girls,
all the naked
bouncing their
weeboos,
boobs, then you can hide it. You can, they'll put it privately.
Okay, so that is the title of this thing. Basically, they're letting you go and hide certain games from your library for other people to see.
See, there it is.
Like, basically, if you're ashamed that you're playing, I don't know, say a game.
Just,
if you're ashamed that you have 258 hours in Raft, you can go and hide that, so your friends, when they go into your profile, they won't see it.
It's over 300, by the way.
300?
It's over 300 hours. I love that game. Shut up. It's not an adult game.
It's not an adult game. But you should hide that. You should be ashamed.
I am not going to hide that. So apparently, the new feature was first spotted and shared by Steam DB creator Pavel Dejunk. I'm never going to try. I'm sorry.
Pavel D.
Pavel D, yeah. On X, which was Twitter. According to him, the new privacy option will go beyond Steam's current privacy settings, which let you mark achievements and various gameplay screenshots as private, by allowing you to mark a game as private, so not even your closest Steam friends will know you've got it tucked away in your ever-expanding game library. So there's a screenshot here of it demonstrating on how the private feature works.
Blah, blah, blah. Basically, you want to play porn games, don't want anyone to know about it, you can hide them.
Yep.
Or if you have over 300 hours in Raft and you're kind of ashamed. Are you ashamed?
I am not ashamed, sir.
You should be ashamed.
No, I just think that's a cool feature. I think that's something that, I mean, I don't think parents are going to appreciate it whenever kids try to hide their Steam, list and everything from their parents. But, yeah, if you are not comfortable with people seeing that you are playing said game, you can hide it. It's going to be a feature.
There you go.
So there you go.
Congratulations on being able to hide your Steam porn games.
See, Steam does a great job with thinking about these players. That's fine. Players,
Jesus.
Just saying.
Jesus. Okay.
Okay, so that's enough of that.
Yeah, for one last thing, this is something Julian wanted to do.
Yeah, I wanted to see how well we do.
I accept no credit for this whatsoever.
So I found a website called American Express Essentials. So I guess this is the credit
This
card
is what
company.
you Googled.
I did, and it's what's your retro video game IQ? Okay. It says, from the arcade to the computer screen, from consoles to handheld devices, how much do you know about video gaming across the years? We put your knowledge to the test.
Okay, let's try it. How many questions are there?
That's a good question.
Oh, man, it's multiple choice.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, we're going to see if we get it right. Okay.
We're going to work on this together.
Okay. So, it says, question 1. Let's start at the beginning. The very first arcade game was released in 1971. What was it called?
Computer Space.
All right. So the options were Pong, Computer Space, and Galaxian.
I'm 100% sure it's Computer
I
Space.
am almost...
I am familiar. I've played it.
I wonder if that means you got it right or not. Because it turned green.
It's green. Okay, yeah. So, what is
Okay.
this?
Number 2. High-scored leaderboards introduce an addictively competitive element to arcade games, with gamers coming back week after week to try and gain or maintain legendary top score status. What was the first arcade game to feature a leaderboard?
So the options are Space Invaders,
Pac-Man, and Asteroids. That's a good question,
Okay, so
because that's pretty important.
before you click one,
Yeah.
I'm going to say Asteroids. That's my guess. But I know Space Invaders was the big one that Atari landed in terms of their first big home port that really got them,
I'm thinking Asteroids as well, to be honest.
And Pac-Man came out a little later.
Yeah, I think Pac-Man would already... I think scores were already happening during that time.
Yeah, because I know Pac-Man was like a Namco thing.
Yeah.
And that was a little later to the game, because I know the guy that owned Namco bought part of Atari whenever the Atari crash happened. A whole bunch of shit.
Hey, look, you got 5th place.
I did.
Sorry, in the image it shows the 5th place is Josh. So,
Yeah. Okay,
so I'm thinking I'm with you on Asteroids.
Fingers crossed, Asteroids.
Final answer?
Yes.
Nope. Okay,
Space
that's good.
Invaders.
It actually tells you what right away, so we don't have to.
Okay,
So
Space
Space
Invaders.
Invaders was the correct answer. It was not.
In other words,
Asteroids.
we are stupid.
That means our first one was right.
Yes,
So,
we're right. One of the most iconic video game characters of all time, the insatiable Pac-Man, is on a mission to gobble up as many dots as possible while avoiding a host of ghosts. How many ghosts are after him?
How many?
4, 5, or 6?
I want to say it is just 4.
4.
Yeah, because
Pretty
they
sure.
actually. What's funny is they actually kind of cheated and showed us the screen here.
4.
It is 4.
Yep.
Yay! So far, just 1 wrong, 2 right. Okay. As the first video game
This
to
was
achieve
perfect.
commercial success, Pong helped establish the video game industry as we now know it. What company was responsible for designing and manufacturing Pong in 1972?
Nintendo, Microsoft, or Atari?
And what do you guys think out there? Give them a little time to think about it. So Nintendo, Microsoft, or Atari? I already know the answer. I think everybody does.
All 3 of those are wrong.
I mean, yeah, in this case...
They are completely fucking wrong. The right answer is not there.
Yeah.
The right answer is Magnavox. Magnavox came up with Tennis for Two by Ralph Baer. He came up with that game in the late 60s, 1968.
But if we consider it as the word Pong...
Yeah, Pong for Atari did not come out until 1975. The Magnavox Odyssey, which had Tennis for Two, came out in September 1972.
Yeah, so they did get their shit wrong.
This is wrong. Going along with that, say Atari, that's the one I'm sure they're going to think is right.
But it really is Magnavox.
It is Magnavox.
It is Magnavox.
Atari stole their patents.
So yeah, they say it's Atari. Obviously, we know that's not right.
So yeah, fuck you, American Express Essentials.
So number 5. Before Mario had his own game franchise, he appeared as a character in 1981's Donkey Kong. But he wasn't a plumber. What was Mario's original profession?
Electrician, bricklayer, or carpenter? I think it was a carpenter.
I want to say it was a
I
carpenter.
think it was a carpenter.
Go with that?
Yeah. Final answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we go.
Ring.
Yeah, it was right.
But we don't know if we're right because they got the other one wrong.
I think they're pretty much, like, from here, it's not going to be that wrong.
I don't know. In Nintendo's The Legend of Zelda, the player is confronted with a simple first task to complete before the adventure begins.
I know what this is.
The task is to retrieve what?
A bow and arrow.
They're not A, B, or C.
B,
It's
a
not B.
sword.
There's no B.
Okay, a bow and arrow, a sword, a key. I know this one already.
It is dangerous to go alone.
Take
Take
this.
this.
And it is a sword.
I'm pretty sure it's a dildo, but yeah.
And it is correct. It is a sword.
It's a flesh sword.
Jesus.
What is widely considered the best-selling video game of all time?
Oh, Jesus.
Minecraft, Super Mario Brothers, or Grand Theft Auto?
It might be Minecraft in
I'm
this
gonna
case.
say Minecraft.
Yeah, because like I feel like it's already broke that record. Or
Yeah, no, I think it's Minecraft.
Yep,
Yep.
it's Minecraft. Okay. The best-selling video game console of all time is Sony's PlayStation 2.
I knew the answer to that before I even read it.
It was also the first gaming console to feature internet connectivity,
Wireless controllers,
a built-in DVD player.
a built-in DVD player.
Yeah, it's definitely
That is the
built-in.
whole reason that thing succeeded. And look, they post a picture of a controller from the PS4.
Which
you
is
guys
funny.
blow.
So the early 90s saw the meteoric rise of handheld game consoles that allowed for portable play anywhere, anytime. Nintendo's Game Boy is the most fondly remembered, but it wasn't the only show in town. There was also Atari's Lynx, NEC's Turbo Express, and Sega's
Go Gamer
Yeah,
Game
that's one
Gear
of the options.
or
Go
Sega's
Gamer.
GameCube.
GameCube is on this list too, which is funny. But yes, we all know the answer to this.
Sega's
is.
Nomad.
It's not the Nomad.
Damn it.
It is the Game Gear. And we're right.
Of course. Aside from being banned in Germany for its use of Nazi inchronology, Wolfenstein 3D is famous for establishing which video game genre?
Hell yeah. Beat 'em ups? First person shooters?
Iconography. Is that how you say that? Iconography?
Yeah, iconography.
I said that wrong. I
You
apologize.
got it.
Iconography.
Iconography.
Beat 'em up.
And Battle Royale.
Yep. We know what the answer to this is.
I do.
Yeah, we're stupid if we don't. I had a guy at work that just started last week referred to Doom, the same company that made id
This
Software.
makes me upset.
He referred to Doom as a boomer shooter.
This makes me really upset.
And I think I'm going to like put laxative in his drink.
Yes, please.
So
I endorse this.
the answer is first-person shooter.
It is a first-person shooter.
Yes.
All right. True or false? Following financial difficulties in the early 80s, Atari buried hundreds of thousands of its unsold game cartridges in the New Mexico desert.
The Alamogordo landfill. So, there is truth and false to that statement.
All right.
Yes, they absolutely did bury a lot of cartridges there. No, it was not hundreds of thousands. And everyone thinks that it's like a whole bunch of ET, but it was just a whole bunch of surplus that they had in one warehouse.
Would you say, what do you think they're... I'm thinking they're going to lean towards
I think
true.
they're going to say true because they got everything else fucked up. So let's just see what they go with.
Yeah.
I'm going to say true.
I'm going to go with true as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that's the way
They
they
did
would
not
go.
bury hundreds of thousands of unsold game cartridges.
You can't just go out there, dig it up, and it's going to be like...
They've already dug it up. You can
Yeah,
actually
it's-
find some of them. They're worth a lot of money, actually.
Question 12. We're actually near the bottom, so that's good.
Good.
We can get through this. Anyone who has ever played Tetris has had the theme song stuck in their head at least once. What is the theme song based off of?
A Russian folk song, a German drinking song, or a French love song.
If you know where this game comes from, you know exactly what it is.
It comes from Canada.
Canadian. It's not Canadian. It's not Canada.
So Blame Canada is not the official theme song
No.
of Tetris?
No. Well, we know. It's
Russian folk
definitely
song.
it's a Russian folk song.
Yeah, Russian folk song. It's
All
actually
right.
a Russian drinking song.
Here we go. Here's one of your favorites. The Sega Genesis was one of the defining consoles of the early 1990s. Which of the following titles could not be played on the console?
You know the answer to this one.
I already know the
Echo the
answer.
Dolphin, Sonic the Hedgehog, Mortal
wish it was Echo the
Kombat,
Dolphin.
Resident Evil, or Disney's Aladdin.
I had to. Sorry. I wish it was Echo the Dolphin, but that's not the case.
That was funny. That's stupid.
Yeah, it is pretty dumb.
Yeah, Resident Evil came out in 95 or 96.
Yes, you could play Echo the Dolphin. It was exclusive to the system. Sonic the Hedgehog was exclusive to the system. Mortal Kombat came out with like Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3,
On the system.
and Ultimate on the system.
They didn't have Ultimate on the system.
I thought they had Ultimate on Genesis.
No, just 1, 2, and 3. And they had 2 on 32X.
Yep. And Disney's Aladdin. It's one of the best versions of the game.
And it's
So,
very fun, very frustrating when you get to the magic carpet.
so Resident
Resident
Evil
Evil.
is a no.
Yes.
That started on the PS1.
Okay. Beloved computer game, The Sims, is a simulation game.
We might
that
have a
allows-
problem with this one.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
beloved computer
Sorry.
game, The Sims, is a simulation game that allows players to build virtual people and control their choices in daily lives. But it didn't start out that way. Designer Will Wright initially set out to create a game centered on city planning, architecture and design, or career development and simulation.
You know, this is a good one because I really don't know what he originally intended. So I'm going to say it was probably career development and simulation.
I'm going to say city planning because SimCity came out before The Sims.
Okay. Let's see.
And you couldn't do architecture stuff.
I mean, there is like SimCities and stuff. Yeah. This is tough.
So I don't know how far back they're wanting to go.
I'll go with what you say.
Okay, if they want to say like, hey, this guy had something to do with SimCity, then city planning. But if they say, oh, I want to do something where you can design houses,
Architecture and design.
yeah, I don't think it's career development.
This is tough. This is probably the most stumped question we ever have been on.
No, well,
No.
we got the first one wrong, or is the second one wrong?
The second
we
one
got
wrong.
the second one wrong.
This one I think is a little tough.
Fuck it, say architecture and design.
All right, we're gonna say architecture and design.
Do you want to phone a friend?
No.
No.
Oh, it
okay.
was architecture and design.
Yep.
There you go. Okay, do smartphone games count as video games? Of course. What is the #1 most downloaded mobile game of all time?
Pokemon Go, Angry Birds, or Candy Crush?
I'm gonna say Candy Crush
Yes.
because that came out way before, and it fucking took over like everybody's
I'm not
phone.
gonna lie, I really did enjoy Angry Birds though.
Angry Birds could be a top contender as well, but I don't think it's the number one.
Oh, no. It's Candy Crush for sure. But I enjoyed Angry Birds and Temple Run. Did you ever play Temple Run?
I never played Temple
Temple
Run.
Run was fun. It was like a good 10 years ago.
So what, you're going to say Candy Crush?
Candy Crush.
Oh, it was Pokemon Go.
God, we're stupid.
I mean, we did say the number as far as Pokemon Go, and when we were talking about Unity and all that.
God, we're stupid.
So it makes sense.
We deserve that wrong answer.
Yeah, that's fine. It's mobile games. We don't care about mobile games.
We finished with a toughie. One of the very first playable human female characters in a video game, Samus Aran, is a protagonist of Nintendo's
I already know.
Metroid, which was released in what year?
I already know.
78, 86, 92.
86.
That's not a toughie.
Because it's an original
Flat
game.
box.
Like, yeah, it's one of the first ones.
Yay. So
Hey. High score, you win.
you're a video game
Veteran.
and you've been in the trenches since the beginning. You remember when controllers had cables and pixels could be measured with the naked eye. You recall Friday afternoons at the arcade and all-night LAN parties in the era before online gaming. Heck, you've even forgotten more combos and cheat codes, that's true, than kids today could ever learn. We salute you, Master Gamer. We wish you many flawless victories to come. That's stupid. Get your facts straight. Like, granted, we got 2 wrong, but I mean, we didn't make this.
You're a leaderboard legend.
You're a leaderboard legend.
That is our identifier there.
A leaderboard.
Because we got 14
legend.
out of the 16 right.
One of those we deserve to get wrong.
Well, I mean, this was kind of fun, despite the question being wrong.
The question's wrong. I will die on that hill.
But yeah, so we wanted to do this as a way to, finish up here as far as on our episode 13 of Red Talks.
Red Talks.
So in about a couple of weeks or so, we'll definitely see you guys again for episode 14. And yeah, make sure that you come to the YouTube channel if you're not already, and make sure, and if you are here and you haven't yet, make sure to like this video, subscribe, go watch our other content, including Pixel Thrifts.
Pixel Thrifts.
Hell yeah. We'll have brand new content coming for you really soon as far as some big ones.
Big ones.
Big ones. And also, you audio people, if you love just listening to us as far as on your favorite podcast platform, such as Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, all these great places.
Or
make sure to follow us.
Or if you prefer that we just stop altogether, send Julian a private message.
Oh, God. I hope you don't. Not to say that. I hope you say you enjoy the show.
I enjoy you if they want to touch your baby.
Oh, God, no. But yeah, anyways, make sure to follow us on the different platforms that you're listening on. And, of course, we urge you to come over to the YouTube channel. We're doing some great stuff.
Check us out everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok.
Yeah, even our TikTok is blowing up. Holy crap.
I wouldn't say blowing up. I mean,
it's doing good.
It's like a very small firecracker.
It's doing good.
We do have some funny stuff. We pretty much do our highlights as far as our videos on there and some other little things. Check us out everywhere. Ring the bell for notifications on YouTube, and like it, subscribe, please. It helps us out.
It helps us out.
It puts us in the algorithm.
Yeah,
which,
especially when you like the video.
I didn't really know what the whole algorithm thing meant until we
Hanging
had
around me
videos that
enough.
started getting into it, and wait
Yeah.
a minute, that really does help.
Yeah, it does help as far as it suggests it to other people, as far as to watch, and really helps get our name out there a little bit more.
It doesn't bury us in the search results.
Yes, exactly. It doesn't say that we're not existent.
And we don't, unless you help. We're like the fairies. You have to clap to save, and by clapping we mean subscribe.
That's a good Hook reference. Yeah.
That was Peter Pan.
Well, it's still Peter Pan, yeah.
Banning. Peter Banning.
Peter Pan. Anyway, make sure to come back, and we'll see you next time as far as for more Red Talks.
Red Talks.
All right. Bye, guys.